I'm actually really excited to make this video because I've been waiting to speak on this, honey. I've been waiting to speak on this for a fucking lifetime, but unfortunately I was still in school and I could not speak about it because these teachers were still employed, and I think they're still employed to this day. No, wait, not all of them are, but you know. Actually, I think most of them aren't, but you know, that's not the point today. The point today is to get this traumatizing experience, or these traumatizing experiences as a whole, off my chest and share it with you guys. And I think it'll be fun because I feel like my brain has actually blocked these experiences for a little while because they were so bad, and now I'm graduated. I've been graduated for 2 or 3 years now. 2 to 3 years, and I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about it, and I'm ready to share these stories. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be doing a face mask. It's gonna be like a little girl chat, a little girl talk, and we're about to have fun together. And I'm about to open up about, you know, some things that I've never opened up about before. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. But these stories are actually really funny, but they're all 100% true, and I'm very excited to talk about them. I hope you guys like them, and I hope you find my fucking trauma funny. Like, wow. Honestly, I didn't laugh at the time, but I think this is gonna get a few laughs because it's so sad. But yeah, I'm ready. My face masks are ready too. I have this one and I have this one, and we're gonna be just doing it. Honestly, we're just gonna be diving deep into the ghosts of childhood traumas past, and you guys get to enjoy the ride, and I get to be upset again remembering these experiences because, honey, it's not normal, and I still, you know, cringe to this day. I can't get over how weird my hair looks, but we need to have it up to do the face masks. You're just gonna have to deal with it. That's all right. I'm gonna have to deal with it too, and that's just how we bond here. I just looked at my list because I forgot what my first story was, and I just looked at it and I'm like, I still can't believe that happened. But yeah, that happened, and I'm about to talk about it. But first, I'm going to be doing the face mask that I'm gonna put on my forehead, and it's the Lush face mask that's called Just to Clarify. Because I have, what's it called? What's it called? I have dark spots, hyperpigmentation on my forehead, and we don't want that. No, we don't want that. And I'm gonna use this brush. But yeah, it looks like this. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, it's jelly, you guys. Like, it's fine. It's gonna look gross, but let me just do it with my hand. I'll use this one for my next face mask. But yeah, my first story is when my PE teacher told me that I need to lose some weight. So I'm gonna be giving context to this story. I actually can't really see what I'm doing because my phone is so far away, but hopefully I don't get it on my eyebrow, which I think I already did. But anyway, the context to the story is even worse than what I just said. So basically, we were sitting, like, this PE teacher decided to give us some free time for some reason. She just didn't want to do her job that day, and that's alright. Like, that's alright. I don't remember what the reason was, but you know, this particular PE teacher loved to give it, wait, let me look at this. Yeah, she loved to give us some free time. Like, she just didn't like her job. Yeah, so we were sitting around her, and we were all like, I don't know, we were like 14 or 15 years old. So we were all really like impressionable, and we all were obsessed with our weight. So for some reason, I don't remember how this conversation came about, but she was telling each and every single girl what would make her look best. So for some of the girls she was saying, yeah, you look amazing, you already look good, just maintain your weight. And then for some of the girls she was like, yeah, gain weight, you should gain weight to look better. And then for some of the girls, including me, she was saying, yeah, you need to lose weight, you need to slim yourself down. And that she was like saying it as if that's something I needed to do to look good. And honey, I was fucking traumatized. I was like, wow, really? Really? Did she just say that? Because honey, I was 14. That was sad. That was honestly really sad, and I can't believe she did that. And I should have snitched, because that is not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be telling 13 or 14-year-old girls what to do with their body, and especially if you think they should lose or gain weight. That's not a good thing. I don't know how she slept at night after that day, because personally I would not be able to because that is so bad. But you know, it happened. I got traumatized. The trauma's there, the trauma's lasting, and that was fun. That was my favorite PE lesson ever, you guys. You guessed it. That's why PE was my favorite class. Alright, so I'm looking at my next one on my list, and it says teachers who can't admit that they're wrong, and now I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, I was a bit older for this story, and I had this teacher that was kind of insecure about, you know, how good she was at her job. And it kind of was really annoying because she would never let anyone ask any questions that she felt was questioning her eligibility to be a teacher. I almost said the class, oh my god. But you know, yeah, like I said. So one time, I was, I'm gonna start with the next mask. I was kind of confused as to what I was supposed to be doing for that class, because I was looking at the study guide and it said something different compared to what she was saying in class. For some reason, right, I get called into the coordinator's office, and that's like the coordinator for 11th and 12th grade students for the IB. And she calls me in to ask me if I have any comments about any of the teachers, because I was like, I don't know, they always would ask me for feedback. So I was like, no, I like all my teachers, I think they're all amazing, but I'm kind of confused as to this particular class because the teacher is saying something that's a bit different to the study guide. And child, I'm gonna try and keep my composure and not cuss these people out, because honey, it was some bullshit. So this coordinator, she goes and she tells that particular teacher that I was talking about, that by name, that I was confused, and I think like I was saying that she was saying something different to the, what's it called, to the study guide. So fast forward like an hour or two, I get called into that teacher's office. That's where shit went down. So I get called in there, she's in the worst mood, and I'm really polite. Like, I'm like, hey, how are you doing? Child, this mask is making my teeth look gray. It's just a contrast, honey, don't worry. I be taking care of my teeth. Anyway, wait, let me look. I'm not spreading this correctly, am I? Because I can't see. So I walk in, and she's like, what have you been telling the coordinator? And I'm like, that I'm confused. And she's like, what are you confused about? Like, give me your study guide, let me show you. And she grabs it out of my hand, like as aggressive as you can imagine, like And she's like opening up to the page, and she's like giving me death glares while she's like trying to find the page. She's like, I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you, wait. So she flips to the page that talks about what I was complaining about. And she's like, I told you to do this. And I'm like, did you though? Because I don't remember that. I don't remember you saying that. And let me tell you something. I used to pay attention in class, so I would know. And it wasn't a big class either, so. She kind of threw my study guide at the desk that was right next to her. And she's like catching an attitude with me. She's like, you're so rude for that, blah, blah, blah. You don't appreciate the help that I give you. I've done a lot more work than you can imagine or that I'm supposed to. Shit like that. So I just like didn't really care. I left, and I told my mom when I went home. I was like, oh my god, imagine what happened today. So I'm like, yeah, this is what happened today. She was being really rude and she was being really mean. Let me just apply the rest with my hand. So she was being really mean, and I told her exactly how it happened, and she called the teacher. And she put the teacher on speakerphone. So while she was narrating what I said happened, the teacher was like, no, that's not what happened. She's lying, she's lying. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm lying. The fuck? That was very childish of her, I must admit, but you know, whatever. That's why I don't like teachers that can't admit that they're wrong and they prioritize their pride over their fucking job. I think I'm done applying the mask, and I'm just gonna continue telling the stories while the mask sits. I'm not gonna say that story. I have one on my list that I just don't really want to talk about. It's too traumatizing, and I just might die if I talk about it. All right, my fourth one. So one time, it was that time of the month, and I needed to go to the bathroom. And so I asked the teacher to go to the bathroom, and she's like, yeah, okay, you can go. And we weren't really doing anything in that class. Like, she gave us some free time, I think. So I went there, and I spent a good 10 minutes in there because, you know, sometimes you need to spend some extra time in the bathroom. So I was there, and child, I came back, and she's like, she calls me out in front of the whole class. She's like, what the fuck have you been doing it? She didn't say fuck, but you know, what have you been doing in the bathroom for 30 minutes? It hasn't been 30 minutes, by the way. Let me put that out there. It has not been 30 minutes. I look like a fucking clown. I look scary. I look like, what's it called? Flashback Mary. But you know, it's a face mask. But yeah, anyway, so I'm like, standing in front of the class, I'm like, oh my god, like, is this actually happening? You've been in the bathroom for 30 minutes. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? I'm like, get me out of here. Like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed, honey. I was traumatized, to say the least. Yeah. We don't talk about that. My next story is, was a good experience as far as a teacher goes. But me, I was a little dumb. So, this was my favorite class, and this was my favorite teacher at the time. So, I really liked talking to this teacher, and I felt comfortable telling her about if I was having a hard time in her class, if I was having a hard time in general, you know, just the details. So, one time, I had stayed up late the night before that day, and because I was working on something. So, this is really embarrassing. So I, you know, like was talking to her, and it's a good thing that no one was in class. So I was talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, so I can't remember what I was talking about, but you know, because I was so tired, I was actually telling her, about how tired I was. I feel like this is cracking. It's actually not. I don't know, it looks weird. But yeah, I was telling her about how tired I was that day, and I can't believe this happened. So it glitched. My brain fucking glitched, and it stopped working. But you know, my brain glitched, and I was in the middle of a sentence, and I was like, like I stuttered, and I think like my eyes like twitched and shit. Oh my god, like I don't even try, I try not to remember it. And she was like nice enough to act like she didn't notice, because I know for a fact it wasn't, like it was very noticeable. Like it wasn't one of those things where you just, oh yeah, no one even noticed. Child, I know she noticed. We both know she noticed. It was fucking weird, and I don't like to remember that. So the next story I have on my list is a crazy one, and I can't believe I did this. This took place in 5th grade, and when I was in 5th grade, my sister was in 1st grade, and she had a little show and tell going on in school, and my mom came to school because my sister decided to show and tell about my cat. So my mom came to the school to bring the cat, and I was in class, I was in my class, and you know, my friend came back from the bathroom and she was like, hey, you know your mom's outside, right? And I'm like, what? Wow. My teacher was, I think, it was either she was in the bathroom or she was writing something on the board. And for some reason, I did not think about asking her to leave. I just left. And I still, to this day, don't know why I did that. Like, what was going through my head, I'm not really sure. But I left, and I went to go say hi to my mom, and I did. I had a really good talk with my mom, because, you know, seeing your parents in a different setting, you know, like, your relationship gets better. But, like, 5 minutes later, my friend comes down the stairs to see me, and she's like, hey, Nadine, the teacher wants me to come get you. And I'm like, I really forgot to ask her to leave. Wow, that's fucking crazy. And my mom was like, you forgot to ask her? And I was like, I forgot to ask her. And she's like, oh, well, you better go. And so I go, and I'm not really expecting much of a punishment, you know? I was in 5th grade. I hadn't caused much harm or any harm at all. Tell me why this teacher decides to fucking yell at me in front of the whole class and traumatize me to this day and make me wait outside for the counselor for 30 minutes while I was crying. I was literally crying in class because she made me stand outside waiting for the counselor, and then when, you know, like time passed by and the counselor wasn't in her office, she brought me back inside and made me stand in front of the classroom, crying my eyes out. Tell me why teachers are given the authority to fucking humiliate their kids. Like, I was just a kid. Really? Like, was that necessary? I don't know. In my opinion, it was not. But that's just my opinion. She was a weird ass teacher, and I fucking hate her for this. Child, this last story, it actually got me in so much trouble, and it makes me mad. So one time, me and this kid were in the same class, okay? So for some reason, the teacher decided to switch our seats together. So I was like, originally I was sitting in front of him, and he was sitting behind me. And the teacher decided to switch our seats, but like not the whole desk, obviously, that's just stupid. But you get what I mean. So after that, he decided to write down loser on my desk. And I was like, okay, I will do the same. So I took all his stuff from his pencil case and I wrote down loser on it. And I think that's only fair, because why would you start it? So he decides to take his stuff to, no, wait, what was it? It was either, okay, so I think he tells his mom or the teacher, I can't remember, but then someone gets really mad at me and tells the counselor. So the counselor yells at me, and she's like, oh my god, you're so rude, you have no manners, why would you do that? He only wrote it on your desk, why would you write it on his stuff? And I was like, because he shouldn't have written it on my desk anyway. Like, get him in trouble first. Like, are you okay? Honey, do you want to talk? Is everything good at home? But yeah, anyway, she proceeds to take out a bottle of nail polish remover and cotton. And the reason why she has nail polish remover and cotton is because we weren't allowed to wear nail polish at school. But anyway, that's besides the point. She gives me the cotton with nail polish remover on it, and she tells me clean his stuff. Baby, I was confused. I was like, really? Like, in what world is what I did wrong and what he did was right? He vandalized my desk first, and he had the audacity to tell on me after he started it. So yeah, I'm like crying, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, like, let me clean this stuff. But I'm actually like really sad. Like, why would you do that? Like, what did you gain from it? You know, like, I think that is corruption at its finest, but that's besides the point, and I'm still traumatized to this day. Anyway, that was an interesting stroll down memory lane, in my opinion, and I hope you guys liked my trauma. You know, I hope you liked my sad stories. I hope you liked laughing at my hurt and my pain, because I surely did not at the time, but I sort of think it's funny now that I look back at it and laugh. But yeah, I'm about to let this face mask sit for a little while. Let me clear my throat, honey. I'm about to go wash my face and, you know, just chill. Just chill. And you should probably chill too. It's actually really good for you. It's good for the soul. Anyway, it is the end of this video. I really enjoyed filming it, to be honest. And yeah, take care of your skin. And don't let your teachers be mean to you, because it's not good, and it's just not fair. This is the message from this video. Don't let your teachers be mean to you, or else. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, okay. That's enough filming for today. I will see you later.
What a wonderful